This does not appear in computer simulations. Hubble maps chaotic history of the Andromeda galaxy, and it's nothing like scientists expected. An ambitious new survey by the Hubble Space Telescope offers the first bird's eye view of all known dwarf galaxies orbiting the Andromeda galaxy. The data suggests Andromeda had a chaotic past, unlike anything scientists expected. An ambitious new survey by the Hubble Space Telescope, and this is the image, provides the first ever bird's eye view of all known dwarf galaxies orbiting the Andromeda galaxy. The results reveal that over billions of years, Andromeda and its family of dwarf galaxies have experienced markedly chaotic interactions like a game of bumper cars compared with the relatively placid evolution of the galaxies circling our galaxy, the Milky Way. The findings published in the Astrophysical Journal demonstrate that we may not be able to extrapolate information about other galaxies from our understanding of our own galaxy, the study authors said. There's always been concerns about whether what we are learning in the Milky Way applies more broadly to other galaxies. Study co-author Daniel Weitz, an associate professor of astronomy at the University of California, Berkeley, said in a statement, "Our work has shown that low-mass galaxies and other ecosystems have followed different evolutionary paths than what we know from the Milky Way satellite galaxies. At about 2.5 million light-years away, Andromeda is the closest major galaxy to our own galaxy, and it's getting closer. Yes, we will collide at one point. Andromeda and the Milky Way are predicted to collide and merge in about 5 billion years' time. To the naked eye, it appears as a faint, spindle-shaped object that covers about the same amount of sky as a full moon. What is not visible without powerful telescopes and is not well studied is a swarm of 36 smaller galaxies scattered around Andromeda like bees around a hive." Starting in late 2019, Hubble spent 2 years cataloging images as well as measurements of the locations and motions of 36 galaxies swirling up to 1.36 million light-years from Andromeda, and these data provided Wise and his team with the first comprehensive 3D map of our galactic neighbor's ecosystem. Using this information, the researchers studied the processes that drove the evolution of these dwarf galaxies over nearly 14 billion years of cosmic time. Everything scattered in the Andromeda system is very asymmetric and perturbed, Weiss, principal investigator of the Hubble program, said. It does appear that something significant happened not too long ago. That something, the researchers posit, was a collision between Andromeda and a large galaxy a few billion years ago. The possible culprit could be Messier 32, a satellite galaxy of Andromeda and its brightest companion. Astronomers suspect that M32, which is visible to Andromeda's bottom left, is the remnant core from the merger. No one knows what to make of that. Analysis of the Hubble observations also reveal a unique population of galaxies around Andromeda that has not been observed around the Milky Way, according to the new study. The group began forming most of its stars early on and continued to do so at extremely low rates and for much longer than astronomers would expect. Given the intense gravitational pull of Andromeda, these galaxies should have been stripped of their star-forming gas long ago, similar to what is observed around the Milky Way. This does not appear in computer simulations, study lead author Alessandro Savino, an astrophysicist at University of California, Berkeley, said. No one knows what to make of that so far. The survey also revealed that half of Andromeda's dwarf galaxies orbit in a unique flat plane, all moving in the same direction, a configuration not observed around other galaxies, including our own. That's weird, Weiss said in a statement. It was actually a total surprise to find the satellites in that configuration, and we still don't fully understand why they appear that way. The galaxies assembled into the Great Plain of Andromeda don't exhibit distinguishable traits, such as patterns in star formation. This suggests the plane is not a physically distinct structure, but rather a serendipitous configuration whose origins are not yet fully understood, the researcher said. There is a lot of diversity that needs to be explained in the Andromeda satellite system, Wei said. The way things come together matters a lot in understanding this galaxy's history. This is by Sharmila Kudhunar on Live Science. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.